Hello, Aquarius. Let me just get my mic. I'm sorry. Welcome to your August 2020 reading. I wanted to get a head start on your reading in particular because the full moon tomorrow is in your sign. So I know that's going to be pretty important moving forward for you. I think you are going to be dealing with some energy or some energetic fallout from the full moon tomorrow. Only because I see a lot of emotional ping ponging, if that makes sense for you this month. I feel a lot of ambition. While full moons aren't necessarily the best to manifest during, I do still see you laying groundwork to really get your dreams into fruition. You have the Star card, you have the Five of Pentacles in reverse, you have the Moon, you have the Fool, you have the High Priestess. You have the Nine of Cups. I don't know if I said that, but you have a lot of big picture type of cards, end game type of cards. You're putting in foundation to change your life in certain facets, like emotionally, slash romantically, financially for sure. I should say that I kind of felt the need for you to make sure you're careful with money this month. The Five of Pentacles, even in reverse, is not the best energy. And even the first two initial cards that I got for you, I'll explain more. I don't see you being in a destitute or poverty driven type of energy. You never want to even say that, you know, energetically. You don't ever want to put that energy out there. But you do still want to make sure that you have everything you need, and I do see that being a priority for you this month. At a certain point, yeah, it's interesting. I will say the warning I have for you this month as well is to pay attention to your surroundings, especially with the Fool card here. And the Fool card was clarifying the moon. To me, I just felt like you have this idea of to explain it better, manifesting has become a buzzword thanks to TikTok, which I am heavy on, so I'm not gonna bash the site. But manifesting is becoming really, really mainstream right now. But it's becoming mainstream in a really problematic way, and I feel like the facts of it are not being explained the way it should be. And I think, not to say you're in that mindset, I think you worry about being realistic. I think you see being realistic as a hindrance to getting what you want, and you feel like if you're not optimistic all the time, you're negative, or you're hindering your goals coming to fruition. Because for you, I really see that you have a big dream, and I see you really wanting it to come to term. So that being said, I will get the view down to your cards and start your reading. So, first glance, like I said, ambition, self-reflection, especially with this Page of Pentacles. So, this is a really interesting energy here with this Eight of Swords and the Page of Pentacles together. You may have just gone out of a period, maybe where you had a lot of self-doubt with this with this Eight of Swords here. The Eight of Swords is the self-pitying card. It's the woe is me card. But for me personally, I just am seeing these two together as a lot of unbalance, a lot of disruption, discontent. And I guess the obvious thing here is that you probably felt trapped at some point. You probably felt like you were confined. And I do worry that you allowed that to manifest, or that feeling came from something that happened to you in the physical world. I don't want to say you manifested that. I think you got some news with this Page of Pentacles that really shook you, that really destabilized you, if that's a word. It could be work-wise because this is a Pentacles card, but I just really feel like you got some news with this that you weren't ready for. Um, Maybe there were some added responsibilities that you just weren't prepared to take on, because I think you did get the Ten of Wands here later too. I think you just became overburdened with something, and I feel like it started here at the beginning of the month. It could unfortunately even be a health setback because I did get a few cards that could possibly signify that. It could be that, or someone you care about deeply to the point where it's affecting you too. But the main thing I got is that romantically, some of you may have found out something that really made you look at your partner differently with this Ace of Swords. It really made you look at the relationship differently that you were in, and you kind of just didn't know where to move from there. These two together are just a really shock. It's not a tower shock, but it's still a shock that makes you you don't know what your next move is. This is the Eight of Swords, not the Two, so I don't want to say that you're in an indecisive period. I just feel like you are internalizing a lot of things in the beginning of this month. But I do see you moving pretty quickly out of that energy, almost immediately, at least in the second week of August, because, or you know what, I want to say, yeah, toward the beginning still of August, I see you just not wanting to lay down in that energy at all. Whatever slump you're in, you're really trying to find your happy place with the Sun card, because this is the happiest card in the deck. So to get that right after the Eight of Swords is really good. But here is where I start to worry that you might be forcing yourself to be more optimistic than you actually are. Especially with this Judgment. This is just, you're laying your foot down about something, and I feel like that thing you're laying your foot down in is about your way of thinking. You're calling judgment on yourself, you're calling judgment on your actions, and I think you really do get in a happy place in your life, and I really do feel genuine happiness. And I feel like whatever ending this Page of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords brought about, or whatever news it was that you got that hurt you, it was it was a catalyst to improve with this Judgment card and the Sun card. It could, for me, I felt, especially with the Judgment, I felt this transitioning of energy. I feel like you almost doing some kind of healing method to kind of remove certain energies from you, and that could even possibly be why I feel like it happened so fast. I don't know if you're into Reiki healing or energy healing in general, but that is a really good way of helping you remove negative energy from you. And if this Page of Pentacles and Eight of Swords was the outcome of another person hurting you, I think that was a really smart thing to do to remove their negative energy from your space, especially with this full moon. Again, manifesting during the full moon, it's not a hard no, but it's recommended that you don't manifest. Full moons are more for ending things, for cutting ties, from clearing and releasing. So possibly this could be from you doing some kind of clearing ritual during the full moon in your sign. Or it could even just be that the energy is so potent and you're just a spiritual person with the moon and the High Priestess in your spread here too, that you probably felt the effects of it in general. I think you look back on things with this Judgment card and you really feel blessed somewhere. And I feel like whoever you left, because I really feel like you left someone in the beginning of the month or right before the beginning of August, whoever you left with this Judgment card, the roles are definitely reversed. Because this Judgment is a grand reckoning. It's alright, yeah, I'm putting my foot down about something. And whatever action you're taking, they have really karmic consequences. So in you healing yourself and in you separating yourself, the person that did you wrong, I feel like they're now in the place that you were in because you cut ties energetically with them, because you've just realized, okay, I don't have any room in my life with the Sun card for anything negative or anyone negative. So if this was a third party situation, or just a betrayal, or just someone who really pulled the rug out underneath you, and you putting your foot down and saying, I'm not going to wallow, I'm not going to miss this person that didn't care about me, I feel like now this person is kind of in your spot where now their footing is lost. They don't really know what to do. They feel disrupted. I should say, if this was a third party too, or some kind of ending, that you could also even possibly be traveling. You're definitely devoted to your own harmony. So I think the Sun card is you just doing whatever makes you happy right now. This Page of Pentacles with the Eight of Swords, I am getting third party energy here, even though I really don't have cards that confirm that. I have a lot of walking away from cards and a lot of cup cards here. The devil card also came up too. So whatever this is you're escaping from, even if it's a mindset, because in some way, especially with this Eight of Swords starting out the spread, there is a mindset that you felt you needed to get out of. Yeah, around here you get your footing back. I want to say almost immediately. And like I said, because there is a role reversal in your partner's energy, and this is just for whoever resonates. Again, there's so many different things here. I don't feel like everyone is going through a romantic ending. I did get a lot of job and health uh, concerns or just readjustments. I also do kind of feel, even with this judgment card here too, there could be some legal aspect to for some of you, because the Five of Swords did come up too. So even if there is a legal situation going on, both those cards signify a success in your favor. So you really have nothing to worry about. If you are currently in this Eight of Swords energy, I'm sorry, I apologize for the background noise. But if you are currently in this Eight of Swords energy, there's so much here indicating that you really don't need to be. You need to just prepare and not, have unnecessary fear, if that makes sense. Even though, again, with the Sun card, you get out of that pretty, again, immediately. You're into a much happier spot moving forward. And like I said, there is a reversal. So where you were left confused and you were left questioning yourself and doubting what your new reality was, the Chariot, things are just moving. You must be someone that just picks themselves back up really quickly, because between the Judgment, the Sun, and then the Chariot coming out right after, I see you moving really fast away from whatever it is hurt you. And for some of you who resonate with a romantic ending, I see you moving really fast away from someone. And then with this Ace of Swords in reverse, I see that same person moving towards you really, if not even faster, because they know they're on borrowed time with you. And I think this Ace of Swords is just you not even wanting closure with them, not even wanting to have that big conversation, that final goodbye. It's funny because for almost all the signs, especially when it comes to love readings, all of us are looking for closure in some way. All of us, even if we don't want to be with someone, we kind of don't want things to end without knowing, all right, was it all for nothing? It's like a nice little bow to wrap up a relationship. I apologize. I just needed water, forgive me. But the longer you're with someone, the more closure I feel you need. And this was either a really brief connection, or you are just not someone that needs a goodbye or needs a reasoning. Especially since I got the Moon and the High Priestess come up for you later in the month. I feel like you're someone that really relies on your own intuition when it comes to that, or your own feelings. I feel like you're really in control of your feelings. I will say that, especially since you are an air sign, so that makes complete sense. Um, but I think deep down with this Ace of Swords in reverse, you know there really is nothing else to say. And with the Moon card coming out later, it's almost like this person is so dishonest that even if you have that conversation, nothing honest will come from it regardless. So I think this Chariot and the Ace of Swords is you just moving away from this person, trying to talk to you and trying to work things out. I think whatever message you got, whatever news you received around here at the beginning of the month, was really all you needed to know. And then after that, it was just full speed ahead, away from the drama. Because this Ace of Swords in reverse could just be drama, especially since the very last card in the spread was the Five of Swords. So I think this is where you're trying to avoid that, and it's just following you regardless. And that's kind of where I started feeling the worry that you're avoiding the inevitable. You're trying to outrun something that's only going to keep showing up for you, because this is really determined energy. Like I said in the beginning of the video, you're someone that's really ambitious, but I feel like with this Ace of Swords and this Chariot, you dealt with someone who's equally ambitious, who's equally as aggressive in getting what they want. So if they want closure with you, they probably are going to go to the ends of the earth to get it. Um, I I almost want to say that if you weren't who you were, this could be a really aggressive and negative cycle. But I see you just closing this out immediately. Like, you're not gonna devote the whole month or even another second to trying to hear what this person has to say. And that's only causing your person to be even more obsessive about it because they know you just don't even give a damn, and they may not be used to that. They may be used to someone that calling their phone and chasing them to get closure, and now here they are having to do that with you. So I will just give that heads up that if that resonates and you know who you're dealing with, this person really, really is going to try and confront you and talk to you about something you most likely don't want to hear about. It's almost like the faster you run, the more they want to chase you. So that's the hallmark almost of a narcissist or of just a toxic person where they have to have the last word. They want to be in charge. They want to reel you back in just to say that they could. And that might not apply for everyone. Some of you may be dealing with a person that actually does want to start over, but I just don't think you want that at all. Moving forward, you this is where also I saw the need to kind of just be careful financially. Um, the Five of Pentacles in reverse with the Star card. You need to heal, and I think you've done that. I think, especially with the Sun showing up so soon after the Eight of Swords, I think you've done your emotional work. I'm not so sure if some of you lived with your past person, were married, or in a really long-term commitment. For some, it could be the opposite. But I do see the adjustment period where you really need to get back on solid ground with this Five of Pentacles in reverse. Um, there is a slight, like I said, disruption. There's a slight shakiness when it comes to your finances around this point. So I would just say no overspending, no spending unwisely. And with the Star card, you want to make sure everything is in balance. Um, Maybe some of you are just putting everything into your dreams and into your work so that you can just fulfill whatever destiny you feel you were being called to, because you have the moon and the high priestess here. So, and the hangman, I think, came up at some point for you, maybe at the bottom of the deck at some point. I do remember seeing that. So I do get the sense that you have found your higher purpose, or you're really close to finding it. And you almost are so tunnel vision with that this person that's trying to get your attention, your finances, your stability is kind of taking a back seat. So I would just say balance that out with the Star card, for sure. Whatever hardships I see coming up for you, though, I feel like you're going to be very positive throughout them with the Sun and the Star, because this is optimism, the Sun here, and this is faith. So, and also I saw Temperance at some point under. So you got a lot of major arcanas. You got a lot of positive reinforcement type of cards here. So I don't think that negative harbor, like, you don't harbor any negative feelings. That's a vibe that I get from you. And like I said, that you could be starting your own business, so you know that all of this is temporary. You know that all of this is just a setback to get you to where you need to be. So I think that's why you can be so optimistic, for sure. It's funny because I almost feel like some of you are dealing simultaneously with all this. So if there's a breakup, a change of career, a health scare, a move with the Sun card here, I think if you're dealing with all of that all at once, that's why I'm getting such hectic energy and adjustment energy here. But you definitely have a big dream for sure with this card. So I feel like no matter what's happening to you, that's where your sights are at. And that's why you were able to really come out strong so quickly after whatever realization you deal with at the beginning of the month. Speaking of realization, you got the Fool and you got the Moon card here. So the Moon, we all know, secrets. It's secrets you keep from yourself, or secrets that inner secrets that you're trying to find out, or just something someone is holding back from you. So whatever the secret you've uncovered, it set you free, or you feel like it set you free with this Fool card. You walked away with no attachments, and I would I would still say be careful, because a Fool card can also be a warning. As much as it's a sign of a new beginning, it is a warning to be careful. Traditional tarot, he's walking, he's just la 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 la, and he's headed in the direction of a cliff. So I don't feel like it's that serious for you. But like I said, I really feel like you're someone unaware of your surroundings, or you're possibly underestimating a situation, or you're underestimating a person. You could be underestimating your past person. You could be underestimating this health scare, or this money scare, or whatever it is. It's just a warning to just be vigilant, and to take things seriously, and in the sense that yes, things are still good, and yes, you can still be optimistic, but you don't want to get to a point where you're just really using optimism as a way to avoid the truth. And that's what I get with this Moon card here too. Um, your intuition is definitely telling you to be careful, but your mind and your soul, even possibly, is telling you, hey, everything is fine, and just keep believing everything is fine. And it is, especially since I do believe in positive thinking myself. But with the Star card here, this Moon card, the Fool, and the Sun, I do just feel like your optimism, it could possibly be hindering you in regards to something. So whatever psychic nudges come up with this Moon card and this High Priestess card that's going to be addressed later, it's something that you have to look into. There's going to be something that you have to be honest with yourself about, and you're going to have to be realistic. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I don't feel like every negative thought you have, especially with this Eight of Swords, is going to manifest. And that's impossible. I feel like if you live in a state of negative, if you wake up and you just feel like this overwhelming dread, that can possibly manifest. But, addressing slight hiccups and wanting to make sure everything is good and that you're safe, that to me is not negative. So I do see the warning there that just do checkups on certain things. Do checkups on your health, do checkups on your finances. Make sure that people you detach from energetically are also physically out of your life as well, and that there are no doors open to them to the point where they can kind of sneak back in. Because I do also feel that there is something or someone trying to sneak back in, and we'll actually address that immediately after this combo right here. Because this is where I actually feel, especially with this ten of Wands here, I do feel like this is where the past is catching up to you a bit. But of course, I don't see it holding you back. I almost see it as a good thing, because that big goal you have with the Star card here, with this Nine of Cups, oh, I'm sorry. This is where this goal comes to life. It's where it comes to the physical. Even though, of course, this isn't the Nine of Pentacles, it is the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. So you've addressed what you were running from with this Ten of Wands, mainly because, like I said, you got the Hangman and you got the Five of Cups. So this is coming to terms with something with these two cards. Oh, I'm sorry, other way. Yeah, this is coming to terms with something with these two cards. You can't hide from it forever. You also can't be a sitting duck and just wait for it to come get you. But at the same time, you have to find a balance. So with this Five of Cups here, I see this as you need to take a minute and mourn what you've been pushing deep down in. So if you were in a third party and you were genuinely hurt by your partner, you do need to come to terms with that. And the first step is admitting that you were hurt. There can't always be false optimism, or there can't always be avoidance. So yeah, this card is someone who's crying over the Three Cups spilled in front of her with the two full cups behind her. But I feel like in your case, it's the reverse. You're just so busy focusing on those two full cups that you really are avoiding that, yeah, there was some hurt. You at least you need to look back, glance, and acknowledge, all right, what was done to you. And then it could be as brief or as long as you want it to be. Just uh, it doesn't. I do see this as some kind of healing that needs to happen in a very honest and organic way, if that makes sense. And I do see that it is happening with these two cards here. Um, I also feel forgiveness too, because the star card to me is usually forgiveness as well as temperance. But you've addressed what you've been running from, like I said, with this Five of Cups and this Hangman. And you probably confronted the situation, because if my hunch is right and this past person has been chasing you and just trying to get your attention and talk, I feel at some point you let them, but you forgive while making it clear that, hey, that door is closed finally, and it's closed for good. And I think in order to close that door, you have to know why you closed that door. So that's what I feel like this Ten of Wands is here. And when you do that, then you get your Nine of Cups. Um, and honestly, it's easier to forgive when you're in a state of abundance, and that's what I see you doing. And I see once you forgive and you release, you're only gonna get more. So that's why you've been so grateful, and that's why you've been so optimistic, because it's almost like you knew exactly what was going to happen. There was that slight avoidance, that slight running away from your problem, but I think in the back of your head, you knew you were gonna have to face something. You knew you were gonna have to address whatever it is that shocked you, whatever it is that kind of threw you off. Um, you just have so much faith in yourself. I really like it, because the Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment, but for me, in your spread with all these cups, it's just, I feel like you knew the whole time it was gonna happen. You knew the whole time that what you wanted was gonna come to be, and I really love seeing that in tarot readings. Um, Even if no one else had that faith in you, you always had it for yourself. Even though with the Sun card here, I do really feel like you have heavy family support. The Sun card is just being surrounded by love and faith, as well as the Star card too. So with all that around you, regardless of whether you have support or not, with the Nine of Cups, I really don't think you're worried about what you may or may not have lost in the past. You took the couple seconds you needed to mourn it, and then you moved past it. That being said, with this double card here, I do feel like it's either the urge to start repressing certain things, because if that sadness does come up for you, you're so quick to repress it. I feel like this is more your past person though, especially with this Knight of Pentacles. The Devil card actually really wanted to come out while I was shuffling. I do have my jumpers that make things so easy, but then I have my, I don't know what to call them, but they're more show offy in the terms of how they come out. So this card really wanted to come out when I was trying to clarify this Nine of Pentacles. And that just made me wonder if this is your past person trying to come in after you fulfilled this Nine of Cups and really let this past hurt go. Because sometimes these people can feel the energetic ties being cut. So even if you had that much needed conversation that was needed with this Ace of Swords in reverse, this person probably walked away still not believing it was over, surprisingly. They could just be someone really arrogant, or someone that just was in denial themselves about the fact that they fully lost you. And then in seeing this Nine of Cups happen for you, and seeing the Star card happen for you, it's just like, no way, it's not over yet. And there's still room for me in some way. So I do worry that this is a temptation to either fall back into this Eight of Swords energy you were at the beginning, or to even just entertain them, period. So I do worry, because this is the energy of someone, especially with the Nine of Pentacles. It's someone that's gonna just wait as long as they need to wait. They're not aggressive, they're not overbearing, they're not rude or brash about it, but they are slow, steady, and reliably going after what they want. So if this is your person, just know that they are still gonna be lurking around until they feel like you're ready to let them back in. For some of you, this could just be that temptation to overspend, to splurge, especially after this Nine of Cups you've gotten. And so there is a warning to just still keep tunnel vision in regards to your dreams. There still most likely is a lot of groundwork that needs to be done. So you need to make sure you have a backup plan. But just avoid any temptation right now, even if it feels really good. Uh, but I feel like it's more of your past person, honestly, because you just seem in a really good place and you seem in a really good and responsible place. Also, the Ten of Swords, I'm sorry, came out because I wanted to clarify the Devil card. So yeah, I just get the feeling that the Devil and the Ten of Swords is just not wanting to believe that this is an ending. Um, I just don't see that this is over, and I don't think they want to admit that it's over because you're out here achieving things. And a big part of your success was that separation, and they may be a little bit salty about the fact that you did so good once you left them. That's the big thing for me. So, with this Five of Swords coming after that, I'm sure you can imagine I wasn't, you know, too pleased with that on your behalf. But you do get the King of Pentacles and the High Priestess to clarify. So if this is your person, I feel like there's a lot of personal growth here. Because where before you may have avoided things, I feel like with this Five of Swords, you're coming at it head on, especially with this High Priestess card. So again, when I say avoidance, I'm not saying that you're someone that shrinks away or hides. I'm just saying you're an everything is okay type of person. Everything will be okay as long as I believe everything will be okay. And with that kind of energy, you're gonna get nothing but success. But this Fool on the Moon card is telling you there's a time and a place to also be a bit observant and to also be a bit cautious as well. You can still be optimistic. Um, I just don't want you to feel like it has to be either or, because I feel like when you were in that space, that was when the Eight of Swords came out. I also feel like these two together are you being a lot more organized for some reason. This King of Pentacles to me is either you or it's a potential love offer as well, because I have the Ten of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of both my decks. So all these three cards, they can be so many things, especially since it's signifying the end of the month. The High Priestess is just overall, you're in your power, you're trusting your intuition, you're not repressing anything. The Five of Swords and the High Priestess, you're willing to face things head on too. With this King of Pentacles, I think you're becoming a lot more responsible with your money because you see results from this Nine of Cups and this Ten of Wands. You're starting to see that your sacrifices have been worth it. And with the Devil card as well coming out after that, you're seeing that the temptations didn't yield the same kind of results that your sacrifices did. So in that energy, you're maturing. You become a king. And this is someone who's really really mature and who does what's needed to be done. So overall, really good energy for you. I will pull my Law of Attraction card just so you know where you're at or what kind of energy you should be in right now. Like I said, manifesting is not the greatest thing to do during a full moon. You definitely have something or someone you need to release, so I would use this time to cut ties with all of that. But moving forward, happiness, combine talent with passion, live your dreams, helping others, gratitude journal, self-love. This to me is the star for sure, the star and the sun. The sun is literal pure joy, so I love that this came up for you. Gratitude as well. Gratuity increases attraction and opportunities. I feel like that's not a problem for you. Little things count. Be grateful for all your life. So I feel like this is more for you right now because going by my spread, right now you're most likely in that Eight of Swords, Page of Pentacles energy. So having gratitude and knowing that happiness is literally right around the corner for you. I think deep down you do already know that. It's just the reminder of it is going to help you out a lot right now. I do want to pull a few more cards, a few more oracles, since we're pretty good on time. I do just want to say that I have a Patreon page as well, so I do more in-depth love readings there. I also have all my socials, as always, in the description box. So I do a lot of free readings on TikTok. I pull cards almost all the time on my IG and Twitter, so if I can get some followers that way, that'd be great. Also, if you resonate with this video, like and subscribe, that would help me out a lot too. I just want to pull one more in terms of where you need to heal around this full moon. I got two. Changes and divine timing. Again, I don't feel that you're someone that's impatient or someone that just rushes things. But I did get the energy that you were a bit resistant to change in the beginning of this month. And I also get the idea that sudden and abrupt changes are prone to throwing you off. So I would get out of that energy if possible. Yeah, and that's it for your reading. I really feel like you have good things coming. If you're starting a business, all looks good. If you're going through any legal troubles, like I said, the Judgment and the Five of Swords typically means that things work out in your favor, especially since the Ace of Pentacles was at the bottom of the deck of your initial spread. Love-wise, if you did leave a relationship or if you are single, the Ten of Cups was the other bottom of my deck card, as well as the King of Pentacles to end the spread. So I feel like you've got some love coming your way as well, and you're being very discerning, which is good. Yeah, just watch out for your past person. They really they're a bit of a wolf in sheep's clothing, trying to offer closure, offer some form of apology, as a guise or as a ruse to get back in your life, especially once you start getting success. So I think around the end of the month or around the middle of the month, when you feel this Nine of Cups coming to fruition and showing up for you, that's when you most likely have to be your most careful. I don't think it's a coincidence that this Moon and Fool card, which were the two of the biggest warnings of the spread, I don't think it's a coincidence that it showed up right before your Nine of Cups. So with great success comes the need to be really, really discerning and really careful with who you let around you. And that being said, I don't see anything else you need to be wary of this month. I will see you for the general love reading. I will go by all the air signs and just make a quick little general love reading video for the three of you. That's Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. And I'll also make a mid-month general reading vid for each of the individual signs. So I will see you then. In the meantime, stay happy, stay safe. Bye.